Hi.
Hey, Jeremy?
Yeah?
All right. Have you come out here and chat with me real quick?
A school principal, nearly 500 students under his watch, a family man, a community leader, and on September 16th, 2025, deputies showed up at his front door. And everything collapsed. What you're about to watch is the full body camera footage and interrogation of Jeremy Williams, principal of Rainier Junior Senior High School, located near the Oregon-Washington border. This is not easy to watch, but it is important, because understanding how this happened and how investigators caught him may help protect children in the future.
I catch you at like your gym time or something?
No,
Or?
I was gonna mow the lawn, but...
Okay.
Wow.
Just take off over here real quick. Just real quick to let you know, I am audio video recording.
Yeah.
Actually, we all are. So, any idea why we're here today? Okay. I'm going to be real upfront with you.
Okay.
You are under arrest right now.
Oh.
There's one of two things we can do. Either we can just go ahead and run you down to jail and go about our business. I have a search warrant to go through the house as well.
Okay.
The alternative is you can come back, you can have a conversation with me at the office.
Yeah.
It'll give you an opportunity to maybe give your side of it or
Okay.
maybe feel heard. It's just kind of up to you how you want to play it.
What is this for?
So across the last couple of months, we've received some information through some various sources about your online conduct. I've had a chance to go through it. One of my counterparts who works for UPD has as well. That's why we're having this conversation today.
Okay.
If you want to continue chatting about it, I'd prefer to do it down in the office.
Right, obviously. Yeah.
So, does that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another marked car come up.
Great.
Have him give you a ride down there, and then we'll have a conversation. In the meantime, some of my counterparts are going to search your house, okay? You will get a copy of the search warrant along with a receipt for anything that I tape.
Okay.
That seem fair?
Well,
Okay.
seems interesting.
Do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Do you have anything else in your Don't dig in your pockets for me. Do you have anything else on you?
No.
Okay, go ahead and turn around real quick. I'm just going to pat you down. Having gym shorts makes it pretty easy for us, but just to make sure you don't have any guns, knives, grenades, stuff like that.
Anybody else living here?
Yeah.
Back in the house.
Yeah, my wife and my son. 20?
Okay.
1 year
20.
old.
20.
As long as you're going to be cooperative, I'll cuff you in the front.
Where am I going to go with?
Is he autistic or anything?
He's on the spectrum. He's Tourette's-ish.
I want to put your phone in airplane mode.
You.
Can you type in the passcode?
You just want to keep that open.
What's your wife's name?
Okay. Go ahead and jump in for me.
In there.
You got AC running there?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to chat with the wife real quick, just kind of let her know what's going on.
Notice how calm Jeremy Williams appeared at this moment. No panic, no outburst, just quiet compliance. Investigators say this kind of reaction is not unusual. People who have been living a double life often have already rehearsed this moment mentally. Williams had been on paid administrative leave from his school just 1 week before this arrest, placed there for making insensitive comments following a public figure's death. But what deputies were about to uncover had nothing to do with those comments. While Williams was placed into a patrol vehicle, his wife and son remained inside their home, completely unaware of the full magnitude of what was unfolding around them.
Hi there, you Sandy?
I am.
Hi there. Just to let you know, we have a search warrant for the house.
Okay.
Okay. And we were looking for specific items, electronic items.
Okay.
Is there anybody else in the house?
My son is here.
Okay, that's you right there. You're Trevor?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Jason with the Sheriff's Office. These were his headphones. I'm going to give them to you. So, is anyone else in the house besides the two of you?
Nope.
Okay.
Big dogs, small dogs.
Nope.
Two kittens.
Do you have any idea what this is about?
Nope. I
Okay.
have no clue.
Okay.
Where he possibly could have gotten.
Okay.
Yeah, what he's done. I
Okay.
have no clue.
To let you know, we're recording.
Yep.
It's audio, video. Is there anything that you need to put away before we start digging into the search warrant?
We don't have illegal things. We are actually really law-abiding citizens.
What we're looking for is any sort of electronics, computers,
Well,
cell phones.
I mean, we have those things, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
But, I mean, yeah, I mean, if that's what's on your search warrant, like, I mean,
Any sort of storage devices like thumb drives, hard drives?
I mean, we have thumb drives and that. Like, I mean, I've got some up in my, and I have no idea what my son has. He's 20. Of course,
Okay.
he has his own computer
Okay.
and his own, like,
Like his own computer that he especially uses by himself.
No. We have a communal, it's actually my computer. I use mainly for schoolwork.
Okay.
I have a work laptop in here. He
Okay.
doesn't even have his work laptop right now.
Okay.
He uses the home computer, on occasions, but
Does he have a tablet or anything like that?
no. I mean, I also have an older tablet, but it's primarily mine.
Okay. Are you able to point those items out to us so we're not going through
Oh,
every
yeah.
nook and cranny? Okay,
Yeah.
that would be helpful.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go in this door right here. Appreciate it.
Sandy and Trevor allowed deputies into the home without resistance. They cooperated fully, and everything in their behavior suggested they truly had no idea what had been happening. Investigators carefully collected every electronic device in the home. Computers, storage drives, tablets. Each one would be analyzed forensically. Meanwhile, Jeremy Williams was already seated inside an interrogation room at the sheriff's office, waiting. What happened in that room over the next hour is some of the most revealing footage in this case. Detectives laid out their evidence piece by piece, methodically, calmly, giving Williams every opportunity to explain himself. And what he said in that room would ultimately seal his fate in court.
And I think I forewent our introductions earlier. I'm Detective Moore. It's my partner, Detective Hamer. Like I said up at the house, the reason we're having this conversation today is I received a number of, for lack of a better term, tips that come to me from electronic service providers, places like Google, Discord, Kik, Facebook, Instagram. And those are generated when a user does something that gets flagged by their system. Generally, as a matter of speaking, somebody at that, we call them an ESP, sits down, they review whatever it was, and then they fire off these reports to us. We look at them, investigate them as necessary. That being said, do you have any idea why we're talking today?
You can keep talking.
Okay. Part of my hope is that this is a two-way conversation. It doesn't do me a whole lot of good to just sit here and talk, right? Because I already know.
I'm guessing, and use my powers of inference, that somebody flagged something, and that's where we're at.
What was your Discord username? Do you remember?
Colonel Angus something 40
Okay.
something. Yeah.
Colonel Angus, like the Saturday Night Live skit?
Yes.
Okay.
You're the only person that I think's gotten that.
Okay.
These are all of the reports
Oh wow.
that I've gotten. There's a
That's a lot.
abnormal amount of them,
Okay.
and part of the reason is it's because of continued use.
Okay.
Every time a user does something that gets flagged, it generates one of these reports. Generally, we only get 1, 2, maybe 3 of these before we end up having this conversation. I have 8. Like I said, it's an abnormal number.
Yeah.
To clarify a little bit, the activity is generally, how familiar are you with like computer terminology, electronic stuff?
I mean, passing familiar with certain.
Okay. So
I'll ask for questions if I don't understand.
I'll simplify it a little bit more. So every piece of data that exists has something called a hash value. It's a super unique value, can't be recreated.
Right.
I think it's like 1 million times more unique than your own thumbprint is. And that's specific to photos and videos, which are the types of content that these ESPs flag. There is a very large database of known hash values, specifically related to something we call CSAM, which is child sexual abuse material.
Okay.
Seem like you're familiar with the term, or
Well, I mean,
able to work it out?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so as we go through this process with people and these images get identified, this hash value gets put into this database. And so when one of these ESPs sees one of these known hashes get uploaded or downloaded, it triggers one of these. Then a user with an employee of the company sits down, they review it, and ensure that, yes, this is actually what happened, then they fire off one of these reports. Sometimes it's a batch of things, so 10, 20, 30 things get sent. We just get one report.
Great.
If they're separated by more than a few days or a week, then we start getting multiple reports. Does that kind of make sense how that process works?
Good explanation.
So, like I said, I have 8 of them here.
Okay.
The most recent actually came in on Friday. But they are all originated from Discord and Kik.
Okay.
Specifically, all except 2 of them originated from Discord.
See, and I haven't been on Discord for...
Well, you said since June. The bulk of these originated from either very early June all the way back through March of this year.
Okay.
They do relate back to the username that you gave, the Colonel Angus 44. A big part of what comes in these reports is they give us what's called the subscriber information. So anything you use to sign up for the account, including email addresses, phone numbers, things like that. The email address used to sign up for these was the 44shocker at Gmail account, or at Gmail. The other big thing that it gives us is for each explicit image that's uploaded or downloaded, transferred, it gives us the date and time stamp that it happened, and then the IP address that it originated from.
Okay.
So with that information, we sit down and I send off subpoenas or search warrants to, in this case it was to Comcast for the IP address. They came back and said that your wife is the subscriber for that particular ISP address, and it services 97 Yelton Drive or Yelton Place.
Okay.
A search warrant was sent off to Google for this 44shocker Gmail account, which is how we ended up with your name and your date of birth.
8 reports. That number is significant. Investigators stated it was an abnormal amount compared to typical cases. Each report represented a separate flagging event by the platforms Williams used, Discord and Kik. And every single one was tied back to his IP address, his email account, and ultimately his name. The digital trail was airtight. Williams had been operating under the assumption that deleting files meant they were gone. But law enforcement's forensic capabilities go far beyond what most people understand. Hash values, the unique digital fingerprints of every file, cannot be erased from provider records once they've been flagged. The evidence against Williams did not come from guesswork. It came from the platforms themselves.
We're not here by mistake.
Okay.
Right? We've put in our due diligence to get to this point, and I'm extremely certain of why you're in the position you're in. That being said, we like to have these types of conversations to try to give you or whoever it is an opportunity to explain, what it is that was happening, or maybe the motivators, or is this something that's been going on for a long time or something that's come up new. In your case, one of my concerns is you are in a position of authority at a school. So clearly there's some additional concerns there, right? Your access to children that are the same content that was uploaded and downloaded. I mean, is this something that you're willing to talk about with me, or?
To an extent.
Okay.
To an extent.
How long have you been, doing this, seeking it out, collecting?
It's been less than a year.
Okay, so like maybe
Probably
late fall, early
February,
winter.
probably February.
Okay, so about the time that these reports started, because I think my
Give or
first
take.
one's probably early March-ish.
Yeah.
What drove that?
Accidentally, I was talking to somebody on Reddit, I think, and they,
Sent it to you?
yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
And then you just kind of were like, oh yeah, this is kind of the thing, and went down the rabbit hole?
Never sought it out, didn't go looking for it, didn't do internet search, not looking for
Okay.
any of that. It's, you know, as you well know, there's folks out there that have a lot of things.
Very aware.
Yeah.
You said you were having this conversation with somebody on Reddit.
Mhm.
Did they just kind of offer it up to you? How'd that conversation come about?
It was an RP thing, role play sort of thing. We started talking on Reddit then.
Okay. Like, sexually?
Yeah,
Okay.
sort of stuff.
And so what this person said, hey, are you interested in looking at this, or?
It was, I think it was sent without any, you know, we were sending clips back and forth of,
Okay.
you know, various adult activities,
Okay.
usually Reddit stuff, or
Okay.
sometimes some Pornhub, sometimes some, you know, things like that.
Okay. After this interaction with this Reddit user, was there like a continued back and forth conversation with the same person, or did you kind of start to stumble across other people?
Just came across others,
Okay. Tell me about some of those interactions.
same sort of thing, people posting, looking for online chatting stuff. I've never done anything IRL.
Okay.
Everything's always been online, and that's a very important distinction considering the position I'm in. I've never done anything with a student, never used access their information, never done anything like that. It's all been online.
Okay. And like I said, that's
Mhm.
one of my main concerns right now is your access to children and
Well,
this being the content.
Well, right
so-
now I'm actually on administrative leave because I wasn't sad that Charlie Kirk got shot.
Okay.
And I when somebody was talking about it, I said, oh, too bad, good riddance.
Okay.
And that got me, so I don't have access to anything anyway.
Okay. Is that the meeting you were at earlier
Yeah.
today? Okay. I
No,
don't.
that happened on Thursday.
Okay.
Thing happened on Wednesday.
Okay. So just random interactions with other users.
Yeah.
It appears like it's mostly through Discord. Is that?
I use Discord for very, very little,
Okay.
honestly. But I had a couple of good connections that I used. But
Mhm. Were those the same scenario? Like you
yeah,
found
it's
them,
all-
or role playing?
It's both. Sometimes I'd post an ad saying, you're looking for somebody to chat with, talk,
Okay.
those sorts of things.
And it just kind of evolves.
Williams kept returning to one phrase. Everything was online. He used it almost as a shield, as though the physical boundary between the screen and reality somehow reduced the severity of what had occurred. But investigators were not focused on what he did or didn't do in person. They were focused on what the evidence showed. Receiving, possessing, and distributing material of this nature, regardless of how it was obtained or whether it was kept, is a serious criminal offense. And what Williams said next, in that interrogation room, crossed from passive receipt into something far more active. Pay close attention to how detectives navigate this next exchange, because what Williams admits to here is critical.
Have you ever reciprocated to receiving the images? Like they send you an image, so you send back one that you've gotten in the past, or a video?
That has happened.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And this, like I said, this was a stumble across, you know,
Mhm.
and, yeah.
Okay. Obviously if you're reciprocating, sending them back, you have these images and videos saved somewhere. Is it on your phone? Do you have a hard drive?
I do not have any anymore.
You deleted them all?
Well, I don't have any.
Okay, help me understand what you mean by that, because you made an important distinction there that...
They are, I do not have any images in my phone or on computer or anything like that.
Okay.
Anything that I've gotten has been deleted. I wasn't comfortable keeping things on there.
Okay, so you only held them for the couple of months you were doing it and purged it.
Times going back, and then, you know, you get, it's like, no, I can't have this, this is not good.
And prior to this year,
Mm-hmm.
when you were interacting with people doing fantasy or role-play type stuff, were you doing this regularly with adult porn prior to this year?
Not really, no.
And so
This,
at some point when you got into exchanging and role-playing with the adult stuff, how did you get the underage stuff? How did that transpire?
As you're aware, there's a lot of folks who like to do age play sort of things. That, you know, it was age play.
Okay. And then the images were given to you through that without your solicitation, is that correct?
At first,
Okay.
I never said, hey, I'm looking for this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see this.
Okay.
I'm seeking this.
Mm-hmm.
It usually ended up happening in a matter of course.
Okay. And I think what my partner's trying to work out here is when you say in a manner of course is you're role-playing through this age scenario where is it that you're the older person and this other person is playing?
I have been. I've gone.
You've done both ways?
I've gone.
Okay. And as this role play is going on, how does it transition from the role play to you getting or sending?
As you're talking, you send images to illustrate what the scenario is that's going on.
Okay.
Or,
And so just organically without
yes.
Asking to receive or to give, it's just as part of the play, the exchange of those two things. Okay.
And to clarify, most of these seem like they're videos versus just like still photos. Okay. If you had to guess, what was the average age range of the juvenile or the child in the videos, or was there an average age range?
I don't know that I could. Preteen to teen.
Okay. So like 10 to 12, 8 to 10?
Could be.
Okay.
I'm not super great at guessing ages.
Williams confirmed he received and sent material involving children as young as 8 to 12 years old. And yet, even in this moment, his tone remained eerily calm. Detectives, to their credit, remained composed throughout, methodically building each admission into the record. The conversation had now shifted well beyond any question of accidental exposure. Williams had described a pattern, one that evolved over months, involved multiple platforms, and included deliberate exchanges of this material. Authorities later confirmed that at least 31 separate items were identified as being associated with Williams across the platforms. One item, according to investigators, involved an infant. There are no words for that. What this case illustrates is how these networks operate. Quietly, gradually, and often hiding behind terms like role play or age play as false cover.
Being in your position, how do you get yourself into a situation where you're even sticking your toe in that pool?
I know.
I mean, it's...
Yeah. I don't know that the thought goes that deep at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's, you know, you've seen people, you know, you guys, this isn't your first rodeo and
Unfortunately.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
One last thing, when I stepped out, I thought about it.
Columbo.
What's that?
Columbo.
Columbo?
You're not familiar with Columbo? He was a detective. He would
He'd come in and pretend like he was all...
pretend like he's a moron, and then he'd leave, and then, oh, one more thing.
Oh.
And then that was the one that actually got him.
Right, so,
Interesting.
Columbo me.
No, early on in the interview, you said back in June your Discord account got hacked.
Yeah.
Are you being honest or truthful in that statement?
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on until I went to log in and it said, you've taken action against terms and services
Okay.
of,
So what that was, so what you ran into was when they closed your account
or
because of
something.
those
I
violations.
get it, yeah.
That's, well, so that's what they do. When they fire off
Okay.
these reports to us, typically they will lock a user's account out. I just want to clarify that it wasn't suddenly all of a sudden somebody else was posting.
Jeremy Williams was formally arrested following that interrogation. He was initially charged with 13 counts related to the possession and distribution of child sexual abuse material. In February, he pleaded guilty to 3 counts of possession of depictions of a minor engaged in sexually explicit conduct. In the first degree, he was sentenced to 5 years and 1 month in state prison. Upon release, he will be under supervision for 3 years and must register as a sex offender for life.